So many people are lying or not really thinking when they say that like vegan food is gross. Now, if you're saying, that fake burgers are gross, and I understand that. Even though there is some really good fake chicken, I don't really do this. I never. The only thing I do is like plant butter, just because I kind of like how it makes certain things. It's good to get some like healthy fats and everything. Even though I also do natural peanut butter and everything, but like just saying vegan food is gross, it doesn't make sense because so much of what you eat is still vegan food. Like without, unless if all you're eating is meat and dairy, which would not be smart, for around the world, like there are different areas, even like you can see what areas have people live into their hundreds and everything. It's very it's like a key to a long healthy life is in plants for the most part, and you don't need anything else. And I'm not saying you can still live a long healthy life, obviously, eating other types of things and everything. You don't want, there are things like antibiotic resistance and different things, and certain things, too much cholesterol or whatever. And not that that's not like a solid thing. There's just like, seemingly some evidence again for that and everything. But obviously, like fats from, you don't want to like just eat nothing but bacon. And again, this is most of this. This is about the animals. It's about what makes sense. It's about the environment. Like animals first and foremost, but then obviously all of the sensible things that come along with shifting to a plant-based process like system, which is never going to happen again. Like we are less than 1% of the population. Like these most people, I've even seen a thing. I saw this thing with cisgender men. It was like, I think like, what was it, like 60 or 70% of men would rather die like half aged or like way like decades before their time than get to give up meat. It's like, I'm not saying it's all about like being a man or anything, but there is that misconception though. There is that opinion where it's like it makes you a tough guy to eat dead animals or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of good vegan food that's delicious. I mean, you know, plenty. It's like, are you just gonna eat meat and dairy because you're not gonna? You need some fiber. I mean, you need some fucking. You can get vitamin A, E, and C and different things from certain wild game and everything. It's a lot easier to get from plants, and you can get all the protein, everything, all the amino acids. You can get everything you need from plant-based, except again, B12, vitamin B12. You're gonna need to take a supplement, most likely, unless if you're eating like some sort of like lichen or something or whatever. It's like it's in soil and it's in like different feces and stuff. And that fun fact, that's how a lot of cows that aren't supplemented. Like 95% of cows are giving like a B12 shot or like fed B12. So like when you say like, oh, like vegan, it doesn't make sense. You're having to take supplements. That's unnatural. It's like, so are your cows, dude. So stop with the superiority shit from that, being like, I only eat whole natural foods and everything. It's okay. There are plenty of, you know, extractives and plenty of synthetics and everything that are healthy and are going to do our bodies well, you know, vaccines and stuff. Like, I hate that. Like, to each his own, but like, I just think it's ridiculous when people do that, especially like trying to force their kids into the all natural everything. Like, obviously, like, yeah, we don't want preservatives that are going to harm us and things. Certain things, it's like I get, but just the whole like completely like nothing. Just spend your money and your days like trying to just do everything all natural and stuff. I mean, certain things make sense. Like there is some validity to eating in ways that are going to decrease inflammation and things. That's good, certain ways. That's actually a lot of plant-based stuff is with that too in certain things. Basically, a lot of things is just like sort of stay away from highly processed things. I don't do sugar, and most sugar that isn't cane sugar isn't vegan anyway. It's processed with bone char, which is like heating up animal bones, which is strange, and gelatin. Obviously, people know that Jello is animal bone stuff. Kind of like when you cook like a chicken soup and it's got that gelatinous stuff and everything. that like you can get the fats from and everything. But yeah, it's kind of strange just seeing that, like being like, oh, vegans only eat gross food. It's like, dude, you eat plenty of vegan food. It's just you also eat other food. But it's a lot smarter to eat mostly plants than it is to eat mostly meat. I'm just saying. You can do it, and there's like one specific disease that, eating a lot of meat can help, but that's like overall our bodies, the human body, like, get your fiber, dude. Get your fiber, get your antioxidants, your polyphenols, or however you say them, polyphenols, different catechins or whatever. Get things that are going to do your body good, clear the arteries, keep, like, that's one of my main things. I eat very artery healthy foods, very heart healthy foods, and hopefully things that will, with what I do, especially no more smoking. I haven't smoked in so many years. I don't ingest nicotine in any form. Like, I would have to get something rare to have my heart do something weird. I'm not saying, just because you eat vegan and you do everything healthy, you can still get diseases, obviously, like different autoimmune, you can get different cancers and everything. I'm not saying I'm destined to be healthy, and everything. I've faced a lot of health issues already. But there are certain things, you can decrease the likelihood of getting certain things and everything. With even just like cayenne pepper, that strengthens the arteries. It helps with things. Pomegranate can help, clear plaques from the arteries. There are certain herbs that can help with clear plaques that are linked to Alzheimer's. Not necessarily preventative, and if you get a blood test and it's shown that you're going to have Alzheimer's, I mean there will be. I long for that too. I want a world where like these diseases are no longer a thing. I know a lot of people could be like eugenics about it and be like, oh, we're fighting against nature and everything, but it's like, I just think it'd be a cool place. I'm not saying an overpopulation is a myth in many places too. That's like, yes, obviously with more people, we're using up more things and everything, but like the biggest thing is changing the systems in place. Plant-based system. We could have 8 billion people on the planet if we had a plant-based system and we could feed them all, and we weren't feeding, tens of billions of animals that we're just going to kill for food anyway. It's less calories. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, the ways we do things, it's just backwards. It's almost like it's just like killing to kill, like, just for flavors, just for, people to be like, this was always meant to be a luxury. Like, people back in the day, they didn't always have a successful hunt. They had to fucking forage for, like, little bits of fucking berries and nuts and shit and be like, wow, I'm not that full right now. But the thing is, also back then, it's like, I know that there are some people that have, like, they have their own animals and they kill it and they eat it nose to tail, eat everything, no waste and everything, but that's not most people too. And plus, we can go without animal products altogether and thrive, live to be a fucking centurion. Like, I'm not saying every vegan's gonna be 100, but I'm just saying you can, so why not? Like, once you know it's like you can thrive without these things. It's all about, like, your willpower. If you're cool with, like, okay, I'm never gonna eat nachos again. That's been my big thing. Like, I crave New York style pizza or, pizza margarita or whatever. It's my biggest craving. So I give myself a pat on the back every time. Like, it's been a long time since I've, folded and fucking gotten myself something that's not vegan. I've been doing really well lately because I'm not perfect. And sometimes that craving hits and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to. But I've been really good about it. So, and also, again, I do want to point out that there are people with sensory issues and people with different picky eating habits that have autism and everything, that like they get into a comfort mode, kind of like me. Like, the way I do that, I'm vegan, it's very easy for me. I kind of have things against eating meat and everything, but and I ate it as a kid and stuff. It hasn't always, like, but yeah, just it is gross. But like, I eat the same things every day, and that doesn't mean every meal is the same, but I do like this meal, this meal, this meal. Like, I have, that's my big thing with repetitive, with structure and everything. With, I eat vegan, but I do eat like the same things at the same time and everything. have a 4-hour clock and everything. Anyway, I love you all. I wish you pleasant days.